Good morning, Gospel Life Church. We'll be in Matthew chapter 5, verses 21 through 26 today, continuing in the Sermon on the Mount. And let's read together. Matthew 5:21. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment. But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council. And whoever says, you fool, will be liable to the hell of fire. So if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you be put in prison. Truly I say to you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny. So we have some pretty strong words by Jesus here to the people, and he's emphasizing the importance of not murdering, and he gets back to the heart of the issue, which is always what we need to be focused on, not just obeying laws because somebody says we should obey them, which is the position a lot of the individuals in New Testament times were in. Many of them couldn't read the scriptures on their own, so they just listened to the scribes and Pharisees. They said, well, there's this rule we have to follow, so we follow. Don't murder, we don't murder. And as long as I don't get thrown in front of the council, I must be a pretty good person. And we feel that way too. I've never had to go to court, never been charged with a crime, so I'm pretty good. I don't really need this grace mercy thing, so I'm fine. Yet, the heart of the matter is that, as John says in 1 John 3:15, everyone who hates his brother is a murderer. And murder is wrong, as God told Noah in Genesis 9:6, that it's wrong because we're made in the image of God. And so murder is, in the hatred of our brother, which is equated to murder here, is wrong and will be judged for that. And he goes further and he starts talking about not just those that murder, but those that call his brother fools and give insults to their brother. The word there is raka, which is basically calling somebody an idiot. Like, you fool, you're an idiot. I have a feeling that just about all of us have, maybe even very recently, been calling people idiots. And the indictment here is pretty strong that for us to do that, it's wrong. And God does not want us to be dropping to the level of those that are, maybe we think are idiots. Have any of you ever had the opportunity to have your mind changed by somebody? And that happens. We all change our minds over time. Usually, if they start out trying to change our mind by calling us fools and idiots, even if they present us with a good argument and convincing evidence of the truth, and we realize that we are wrong, how quickly are we going to be to admit to that wrong to that person that called us a fool? Hardly ever. Our pride will not allow it. We will rebel against that because we're so hurt by being called fools. And when we look at somebody who may be acting foolish, acting like an idiot, if we start out by calling them an idiot and calling them fools, calling them names, and then trying to present them with truth, whether that's about scripture, whether that's about the coronavirus, whether that's about the economy, if we start out by calling somebody a fool, the opportunity for us to help them see the truth has already been gone. And this is very important because when we look at people and we see them as idiots, we need to see people as people in need of grace and mercy, because they are. And we need to remember that we also are people in need of grace and mercy, because we are. And if we view ourselves that way first, and then we're able to view others that way, we can come alongside somebody and say, hey, I love you. I love you as a brother. And I want to make sure we're both understanding things correctly, whether that's scripture, politics, whatever. We need to be sure that we're seeing truth in this matter. And can we look at some scripture? Can we look at some facts and evidence and see what might be real and what might not be real? And let's find the truth together. And if you discover the truth, then that person is much more likely to be willing to accept that they may have been wrong before and accept this new truth you came to together if you do it in a loving way. The gospel is spread that way. It's spread through love for each of us to our brothers. So remember that as you may see some idiots around today, try not to judge. Try not to at least lash out and call them idiots, because we need to be focused on the grace and mercy of our God. So thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.